What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Jennifer Rush as we continue through her 1992 self-titled album. Thank you, as always, Darren, for these albums. And the next track on the record is Unwanted Child, which is a heavy, dark sort of title. If it were some other artist, I might be inclined to read this more literally, and maybe it will be that, but again, if it were some other singer, maybe I would think this could relate to a difficult upbringing, a complicated emotional life at home. But I don't know, given how most of her songs are about relationships and romantic feelings, often in a complicated way, maybe I'm inclined to see this as simile or metaphor. When you left me, you made me feel like an unwanted child. Or, when you don't reach out, or when there's difficulties between us, I feel like an unwanted child. So, again, maybe it will actually be more literal, but let's give it a listen and see what I can catch. This is Jennifer Rush. The song is Unwanted Child, and it's from her 1992 self-titled album. incredible vocal work, and again, I think the operatic or like stage level singing abilities of Jennifer come through in this one, even if it's not like the biggest performance I've heard. But some of those extensions and vibratos and flourishes on the back end of an extension, I think they really do speak to her more than just a pop singer voice. I will say also, like sonically, I like this one. It feels like sort of a power ballad, but there's some other flavors along the way, meaning a power ballad, but with some very bluesy kind of guitar, but then that also led into some power chords, which you would normally associate with a power ballad. There also was this sort of uplifting feel, not necessarily like, gospel music or something, but it felt like by the end of the tune, it was emotionally uplifting and it was sort of like devotional. And indeed, lyrically, it's more literal than I thought, but still kind of in the context I was thinking, though reversed. Meaning, it sounds like this guy that she's talking about in 2, he's spent his life feeling like an unwanted child. And, maybe that literally goes back to when he was a child and maybe his parents or his friends or, the social world he inhabited, the familial world he inhabited, he was never favored, he was never doted on, he was never loved in any capacity. And so it sounds like he's carried that baggage and that misfortune into his adult life, into his potential romantic life. And the narrator's saying, you've always been this way, well, let me change that. You're exactly where you should be, with me here. And, come into my arms, like lie with me for a while, stay here and feel the love that I'm giving you because this is what you deserve. And so it's a very tender song, it's a caring song, and it's a song that is trying to make this other person not only feel her love, but also like feel his own value and to recognize that it's only happenstance or misfortune that has led him to feel like this unwanted child, and that if she has anything to do with it, she's going to change that, and he'll know that through her affection, her touch, her emotional embrace that she's offering. So it's a really sweet tune thematically, and again, just incredible vocals, and as I said, I like the power ballad meets a bit of uplifting spiritual type of vibe that I got. So another cool one from Jennifer. Thank you again to Darren. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.